Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, we got Mr. Peter Frampton in our background, and the young man is singing about love and ways. I do want to let you guys know that I literally, pay attention, have tried to do this video that I'm doing right now 4 times. The first time it took an hour and 40 minutes. The second time, the computer shut off, so I lost the video. The third time, the computer shut off, so I lost the video. The fourth time, computer shut off, so I lost the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe in coincidences, but somebody, somehow doesn't want me to get this information to you all. Now, I'm not joking with you. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Let's do by the dates. Hey, let it be, y'all. Oh, no, I did type. I'm supposed to be doing date. Sorry. Okay. These were 2 done today, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. 93 kilobytes worth of talking. Gone. Can't do anything about it. That was at 4:28. Then another one before that. We're very short, but it didn't last long. See that? Now, yesterday, we need your help. That was a video that I was doing trying to say, look, guys, we're going to need your help in getting certain documents and doing FOIA requests, like we said in the video, the last one that was just put up. That was that video, explaining it a little bit more in detail. Then document your claim against government agents. 7:17, 8:37 a.m. Oh, not an hour and 40, an hour and 23 minutes. I apologize. That video did not come out at all. You can't make out a single thing it's talking about. Since 8 o'clock this morning, people, I've been trying to do this video. I've had to take a break. I finally got the awning up, straighten it out to where there are no creases, and it's an awning now. So it's finally up after 2 days of trying to figure it out without looking at any videos or anything, just putting it up. Okay, also I've redone this computer. That's why my CPU right now, it will drop down in a minute, but it's been about 30s and 50s. Hasn't been at 100 every single time. So I'm a little surprised to see it up there now, but that's because I got the audio headset on and so forth. That's why you don't see my changing backdrop, because I haven't installed that yet. Okay, but I did reinstall most of the other programs. Now, document your claims, everyone. I've been getting a lot of people telling me that they got all of these gangsters dressed in black, gangsters dressed in blue, gangsters dressed in suits that have been coming at them. Gangsters because they're in these little small cliques, small gangs, small conspiratory bodies, and they're coming after individuals. People who, when I'm hearing about the people who have no so-called criminal history, have never gotten even a parking ticket, and how they're going after them. And how I've got some people who've been in the same battle with the same court over the same ticket for 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of time that it's taken to handle that is quadruple the amount of time it would have taken to pay for it. There is no reason for them to be doing that. And I don't want to let it be. The song in the background is Let It Be. I don't want to let it be. So let's go ahead and let's talk. We're going to open up Opera. Torch browser. I love Torch browser, but Google is not supplying any more access to Torch browser. In other words, you use Torch browser and a bunch of other programs you can't use because Torch browser doesn't have the security that Google wanted to have. And Torch be like, look here, fool, we ain't gotta have that type of security. That's you gotta have that type of security. And Google be like, you must be out of your mind, idiot. All right, well, you try to sit up there and get you some more people. And so that's how that works out. So I'm not going to be using Torch anymore. I am going to be using Cuckoo browser. Definitely will be using that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start here. Most people have been telling me that judges have been violating their rights. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Cash is in my background and he's walking the line, and I do miss Johnny. I miss Johnny Cash, the man in black. Yeah. I told you I'm a music connoisseur. I miss Johnny Cash. Very sorry that young man passed away. Ladies and gentlemen, filing a complaint. I typed in how to file a complaint against a judge. Ladies and gentlemen, judges are not immune. When judges commit a criminal act, and violating your due process rights is a criminal act. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Title 18, Section 242. What, you didn't know? Hold on. Let me show you. I told the line, I walked the line. I told the line, I walked the line. I should have had that open. Uh-oh. Gotta go back. Get out of here, dragon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if a judge, a police officer, an attorney, whether they are a prosecutor or a public defender or just an attorney representing a bank like PennyMac, if they violate your rights, you have every right to file a complaint against them. But we're talking about judges, because this is not just a matter of violating a right. What is it classified as? Remember, they come at you with these criminal statutes. Equal protection of their law says that if it applies to you, it applies to them. If you can't do it, they can't do it. If they can't do it, you can't do it. If they can do it, you can do it. That's what equal protection means. It means equal. Well, separate but equal. You see, those were some crackheads who came up with stupid things like that, trying to say that somebody could be 3/10 of a man, 4/10 of a man, 8/10 of a man. And they thought just because they said it, it was law. I told you, and I say it to this day, I could not have been alive during that time. You think Nate Turner was something? I'm sorry, I need to stop. I apologize, y'all. If you don't know who Nate Turner is, you gotta go ask the young man, Jamie Foxx, because he played him in a movie. And let me tell you something. He didn't even come close to what Nate was really about, okay? And that's what I'm afraid of, that I'll become Nate Turner. That's why I can't do that no more. Okay, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, it still hasn't pulled up. Okay? Would I like Opera to be my everyday browser? Yeah, Opera, you can be my everyday browser. Opera! Opera! Oh, I ain't pulling it up. Stop it. You keep popping up like that and I ain't gonna have you do nothing. Deprivation of rights under color of law is under Title 18. Title 18 is positive law. The title is positive law. Subsection 242 is documentation of the positivity of that law. Okay, deprivation of rights under color of law makes it a crime for any person, any person acting under color of any law to willfully deprive you of a right. Don't worry about that privilege stuff. That's for the United States citizens. Of a right. The only problem is many of you don't know what your rights are. See, most of the people who have some pigment in their skin, they learn what their rights are. Because their mothers and fathers and uncles and cousins and nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters, they tell them, oh, no, you got a right to this, you got a right to that. They can't be taking your right away from you. See, this is why police officers get offended. This is why police officers get offended. Because you dictate to them. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't violate my rights like that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the only thing you have to say. You don't have to insist upon your rights. You just have to notify them, hey, you're violating my rights, and no, I'm not willing to sit here and allow that to happen. Just that simple. Okay? Pay attention. Deprivation of rights under color of law is a federal criminal charge that is sometimes used against police and other law enforcement officers. You can bring it against a judge. Okay? The statute makes it a crime for any person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived. This is from the FBI, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Because these are the people you're going to be filing your complaint with. Hold on. We ain't there yet. We got a lot to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got people who need redress, that's your First Amendment right to petition for redress. That's how you're going to document your complaint. That you have a First Amendment right to petition for redress. And you also have a First Amendment right to expect that your petition will be given all due attention and care, and that an investigation, an independent investigation, will be done. Since the Attorney General is an officer of the court, the Attorney General cannot do the investigation. We're going to talk about that later. The Attorney General is an officer of the court. If you're going after a judge, you cannot use the Attorney General. Attorney General is an officer of the court. Got to be an independent officer. It's got to be somebody who's going to be objective. Interesting, ain't it? Ladies and gentlemen, while this is pulling up, it should have pulled up already. But I believe it's one of those pages that's real thick, you know, because right now we're 500 kilobytes, so it's one of them thick pages. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this for a second because we got to talk. All right, I don't want no groove music. This is, like I said, I just redid the computer, so it's going to be asking me what do I want the main programs to be on this computer. And so we're going to let that, you know what, we'll let Windows Media Player be the audio, because I don't mind that. Now I just wish it to hurry up, because it's taking its time. Oh, we had 100, CPU usage, 100. Told you I'd be multitasking, and that's because there are other programs downloading in the background, and that's the problem. So I'm going to have to let that be. Alright, this is official website of the United States government. Here's how you know. A .gov website belongs to an official government organization in the United States. Really? Official? Oh, snap! Okay. Sorry the page isn't pulling up correctly. I'll have to refresh it and let it pull up correctly so we can see what it actually said. Pictures and all. Like I said, I'm moving a little bit slow. Now we're going to pick my media player, my video player. Temporarily is going to be VLC player, because that player is just basic and it does what I need it to do, and it can record the screen too. So VLC, Windows can't do that, so, and it's free. Alright, and we definitely gonna change this to Opera, because that's what Opera was asking me, if I want to change the default web browser. Well, I'm gonna change my default web browser. But ladies and gentlemen, I went over to this and took us off that main screen so I could explain something to you. As I mentioned at the very beginning, I've tried to do this video. This is the 5th try, and each time something has gone wrong.
Well, why don't you hurry up before something else goes wrong? Because I ain't got all day, brother.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're absolutely right. And so let me go ahead and explain to you what my mission is this week, because you can't be the only ones. So, as I said, I'm going to be toning it down in my communication. And you know what? That's the problem. I don't even know if I said that on this video or on the previous one. That's how bad this is, because this is 14 minutes. So I don't know if I've already mentioned that I'm about to start toning it down in my communication with these individuals who decide they wanted to trample on my rights. Let me tell you what I've done. And I don't mind putting this out on video, because this is not my first time mentioning it. I knew they were going to violate my rights. I knew that they didn't have any cause for arresting me. When the appeals court overturned the case, why did they overturn it? because of all the stink that I was causing, and because I served the only true God, and He took care of that. Told you, I've known that they were going to do this to me way back in 2000. Wrote about it, told my friends about it. Okay? Knew that time was going to be short. I knew the time before it was going to be a little bit longer. There's going to be one more time that's going to be shorter than the last two times. Not soon. It will not be soon. But it will happen again. Just got, let's just say, confirmation last evening. Looks like it's not going to be as violent as I originally was told, but it will be violent. Interesting, huh?
How is it that you could know stuff like that? That would have me nerve-wracking and all.
No. I'm being allowed to know these things in advance so that I can prepare, so that I don't panic, so that I don't overreact. I learned a lot this last time. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting for somebody to call me back who should have called me back by now, but I have the phone that the person who called me back on over here. And now I gotta, sorry, it's a person who is devoid of his freedom. And so I'm waiting on that person to call back. And if he does call back, I will have to answer that phone. See what I mean, Vern? All right. But, ladies and gentlemen, I knew that they would violate my rights. So that's why I said, because I knew I was going to be incarcerated, because I knew that the doors would be white and blue. Well, the walls were white, the doors were blue. I knew that. I knew that the doors would have traps on them. So I knew I would be in lockdown. Well, the Metropolitan Detention Center in Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, the Metropolitan Detention Center for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. In Puerto Rico, San Juan. Guaynabo is a small suburb of San Juan. When they brought me there, the walls were white. And the pod they put me in, lockdown cells with trap doors on the doors, they were blue. So I knew that, and I wrote this down. Matter of fact, the earliest date I wrote it down was 2005. Puerto Rico happened in 2012. Well, 2013 actually. The end of 2012. And so that was it. But then the lockdown didn't measure because the pod they had me in was just a regular pod. Nobody was locked down. So it didn't make sense. So I'm thinking maybe I got it off. Maybe I was wrong. But when a lieutenant pissed off a gang member and drug dealer, well, I don't know if I know that he was a drug dealer. And because they have their 4 gangs in Puerto Rico, we don't need to go over all of them. 27, 25, 21, 23, and Nietas. Okay? Because they have their 4 gangs, I figured this individual must have been a part of one of them. Don't know for sure. But it is the rumor. Oh, you don't deal with rumors anyway. It is the rumor that he was being strong-armed and extorted by this lieutenant. Or that the lieutenant was causing him so many problems and disrespecting him. And if you know anything about prisons, the people who run the prisons are not the guards. He who has the money controls. And so this lieutenant was bucking the system. And so somebody followed him home from the prison one night and shot up his car for 2 miles straight. You know, you figured they should have got him the first bullet, but you know, hey, I'm just saying. Anyway, for 2 miles straight, ended up dying in a gas station parking lot from what I was told. They called in the FBI. For several hours after this happened, everything was back to normal. They didn't shut nothing down. Let the inmates get on the phone. They were all talking. Yeah, mama, guess what? You know what Bobby did over here? No, I mean, not Bobby, but Robert. I mean, no, not Robert, but you know, man, let me tell you what he did. He sat up there and he got his boys to come up here and they shot and about to, and he's over there celebrating. You see, I was telling everybody, I said, guys, we should be locked down. This is not how prisons run. I said, so because somebody just did this, I said, they're waiting to get evidence from the phone calls. That's why they're letting everybody use the phones. And I said, everybody's doing all the talking and they're only talking about one thing. And sure enough, a couple hours later, full lockdown. The first time that prison had been locked down, full lockdown in its history. It stayed locked down for over a year. Ladies and gentlemen, it got so bad in there with them being on lockdown that there was very little access to any type of medical help or anything. And literally, for, 3 to 4 days straight, you didn't even get out of the cell. So we were in lockdown. It satisfies that part of the understanding of my being in a jail that was going to be locked down. The walls white, doors with a trap door. Yes, I actually saw, was actually there in 2005. Not in, like Paul would say, whether in the flesh, I do not know. But again, I saw it. So much was it so vivid that I could describe the colors. I would be able to tell you, I could smell the paint, but I could describe the colors in detail and the doors in detail, that they were trap doors. And because we remained in lockdown, now I was released just prior to them opening the place back up. I am told that it opened up about 6 months after I was let out, but they did have some relative freedom, 2 to 3 hours out of the cell. They put in cameras all over the place. So it is a much more secure place, because prior to that, the cameras they had, there were so many blind spots where individuals would be shanking people in these blind spots because that's the routine. Again, something was definitely not allowing me to put this information out there for you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the 22-minute mark is where you can start paying attention. And we're going to continue without any interruption. As a matter of fact, we're going to even stop the music. Oh, sorry, in the last video, we're going to end with Tracy Chapman. I was talking about Miss Joplin, Janis Joplin, and I said Chapman because I was thinking of Tracy Chapman, and here she is. So I don't believe in coincidences, okay? And I'm playing a random mix on Spotify. So, and it didn't say nothing about no Chapman. So, all I know is quite a few of you received some redress from this information. I'm not making no predictions. I'm letting you know that this is the information you need. People have had it for years, but people have gone about the wrong things the wrong way. So let me make sure you understand something. Someone discriminates against you. Someone retaliates against you. All of you who did your contracts and you had someone set up there and retaliate. That's why it has a retaliation clause in it. Pay attention. This is the FBI saying this. Remember, we talked about this is an official website of the United States government. How do you know? Pay attention. The Federal Civil Rights Statute. This civil rights statute comes from the 1800s. Doesn't come from the year 1999. Let's pay attention. Title 18 USC Section 249. Now, I don't know about Section 249. We were looking at Section 242. This one is caused bodily injury. I didn't ask you for 242. What y'all doing? Let's see if it has 241. Conspiracy against rights and deprivation of rights under color of law. 241, 242, 247. The statute makes it unlawful for two or more persons, there we go, to conspire, oppress, threaten, intimidate a person of any state, territory, district, in the free exercise and enjoyment of a right or privilege secured to him or her by the Constitution or the laws of the United States, or because of his or her having exercised the same. Penny Mac wants to play games, so I'm about to play games. I've had enough. You see, they've threatened my people. They even went to the Attorney General's office to try to claim that somebody was committing a conspiracy against them, that somehow the arbitrators had conspired with their clients. We don't even allow the clients to talk with the arbitrators. As a matter of fact, I will have the people who've tried to talk to me and have conversations with me, I'll have them tell you about how many times I will let them know that's ex parte communication and it is not permitted. You must notify the other party of this conversation. That is your responsibility. We don't do ex parte communication. Oh, by the way, even if we did, there was no law against it. Go ahead. Even if the arbitrator communicated with one of the parties, there is no law against it. The contract allows it. But it's not for those reasons. So let's continue. It further makes it unlawful for two or more persons to go in disguise on the highway or on the premises of another with the intent to prevent or hinder his or her free exercise and enjoyment of the rights so secured, the right to property. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, bear with me. As a matter of fact, this needs to be all the way over here. There we go. That's where this needs to be. Punishment varies from a fine to punishment for up to 10 years or both. And if death results, and if such acts included kidnapping, they put me in jail and they didn't have a right, or an attempt to kidnap, they tried to put me in jail for more than 10 years and they didn't have any evidence and there was no law violated. Aggravated sexual abuse or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse or an attempt to kill shall be fined under this title or in prison for any term of years or for life or may be sentenced to... Wait, I can't read that word. Can anybody tell me what that... Oh, yeah, I heard you. God, you ain't got to yell. Lord. Okay. Title 18 is the criminal code. I said code. The title. That's why it's title. The title is prima facie evidence. This statute makes it a crime for any person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived from any person those rights, privileges, and immunities secured or protected by the Constitution and laws of the United States. This law further prohibits a person from acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or customs to willfully subject or cause to be subjected any person to different punishments. Hey, I thought that they said that they couldn't subject black people to a punishment more necessary than they subject a person who is not black. But they do that all the time. Anyway, pains and penalties than those prescribed for punishments of citizens on account that such person is being an alien or by reason of his or her color or race. Lord have mercy. Acts under color of law include acts not only done by federal, state, and county local officials, and county local officials, and city local officials, and townships local officials, and villages local officials. You understand it? Within the bounds and limits of their authority, but also acts done without and beyond the bounds of their authority, provided that in order for unlawful acts of any official to be done under color of law, the unlawful act must be done while such an official is purportedly or pretending to act in the performance of his or pretending to act in the performance of, or pretending to act actors in the performance of his or her official duties. This definition includes, in addition to law enforcement officers, individuals such as mayors, councils, and judges, nurses, nurse home proprietors, security guards, etc., persons who are bound by law, statute, ordinance, and customs. Punishment varies from fines to punishment for up to a year, both in if bodily injury results if such acts include the use of, attempted use of, or threaten the use of a dangerous weapon, explosive, or fire, shall be fined in prison for up to 10 years of both, and if death results, or if such an act included kidnapping or attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for a term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been a lot of people killed by police officers, and they're not filing complaints. They're filing lawsuits, civil lawsuits, because the way the law is, you can't file a criminal complaint. Technically, that's a lie. Technically, a redress petition is a criminal complaint because it's just a complaint. Has to be done a certain way. So document your records, ladies and gentlemen. That was the title of the original video. Document your claim. Hold on, we're not there yet. We have one more that we have to cover. Where 47 at? Come on now, 47. 247. Church Arch and Prevention Act of 1996 prohibits the intentional deface, damage, or destruction of any religious real property. No, this is not it. Hold on now, this ain't 247. Oh, okay. Because of religious, racial, or ethnic characteristics of that property, or the intentional obstruction by force or threat of force, or attempt to obstruct any person from the enjoyment of that person's free exercise of their religious beliefs. Anybody ever called you a sovereign citizen based upon what you've said, what you believed? Oops. Oops. So, ladies and gentlemen, 241, 242, 247. Sorry. These are criminal statutes. Hold on. Did you didn't catch what they said? Hold on. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go up. Don't care about protected activities. Don't care about federally protected activities. Individuals such as mayors, council persons, judges, nurses, nurse home proprietors, security guards, etc. Persons who are bound by the laws, statutes, and ordinances or customs. Their oath of office is where that comes in at. Now wait, hold on now. We got to understand. We're talking about filing a complaint. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Judicial Council of the state of California. Okay, that's who these people is. They have a complaint form. Utilize their complaint form and attach an addendum explaining, on this day, such and such did this, along with John Doe 1 or Does 1 through 15. If there were 15 people, if there was only 3, along with Does 1 through 3. Okay, they can get whoever Does 1 through 3 is at a later date. Judicial Conduct and Disability, the California Central District of California. This is the federal court. Okay? I'm about to go judge hunting. Anybody want to join me? Like I said, complain. Do not Commission on Judicial Performance, CJP. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, allow the misconduct to continue. Bring up Title 18, because Title 18, as you saw, applies federal and state. Hold on now so that you guys can get it. You see, this is from the FBI website. This told you it doesn't matter. Includes acts not only done by federal, state, and local official within the bounds or limit of their authority, but also acts done beyond those bounds. Congress did this, ladies and gentlemen. Congress enacted this. This is one of their statutes. So you put the legal, not legal, but the positive law title 18 at section 242. And then when you do positive law title 18, what you're going to do is you're going to put the statute at large for the positive law title 18. That's going to be your prima facie evidence. And when you do your complaint and your addendum, put at the top affidavit. Alpha my mother David. Okay? Go ahead and ask him. Hey David, they told me to come ask you. Okay? Call it an affidavit. Put it on the record. And those of you who want to be thorough, make sure that it is first-hand knowledge, first-hand information, and report it. have it notarized. File your complaint. Now, I know many of you thinking that it's not going to go anywhere. Well, again, pay attention. The Department of Justice cannot investigate this because they're officers of the court. Technically, the FBI cannot investigate this if it's against a judge because they're officers of the court. Go ahead. Go ahead and take a look. The FBI are officers of the court. Just like the sheriffs are officers of the court. Just like the police are officers of the court. I know. They can't mix branches of the government, but they do it all the time. So ask for an independent investigation. Look, ladies and gentlemen, do not put your thoughts. Do not put your conclusions. If it's a violation of your right, you're going to use the phrase, it appears to be a violation of my rights as secured by the Constitution of the United States of America. It appears to be a violation of Title 18, Section blah, 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 blah. It also appears to be a violation of blah, 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 blah. I challenge their jurisdiction. They failed to state the jurisdiction on the record as is required by their rules. It appears that they are operating under separate rules than that given to the public. And then you put in the jurisdictional laws. It appears that the court was enforcing a statute and still claiming that it had jurisdiction under its judicial authority, when the law says that the courts, when acting administratively, have no judicial authority, have no judicial power. You can find the beginning of your understanding of this point here and put the case law there. Don't say, and on this day they did that, and when they did that, they made me feel this way, and that means they caused me mental distress. Do not do that, because you've come to a conclusion. Always use the word just like they say. It appears. It is believed. It is supposed. It appears. It is believed. Use their words, ladies and gentlemen. Don't come to conclusions. File your complaint. Oh, wait. And if they deny your complaint, then appeal that denial. There's a process for it. Okay? There is a process for it. Look, the FBI is called the FBI for a reason. They were put together to handle complaints, people. They're the Office of Investigations. What we investigate. So they say that they're there to help you redress your grievance. So, ladies and gentlemen, document your grievance. File your grievance. Document your grievance. File your grievance. If you want to find this site, go to FBI.gov investigation. That's that call I told y'all about, so y'all hold on. The courts bar. Okay? Pay attention. The Deputy Chief Counsel of the Commission is designated as the Supreme Court's investigator for complaints involving judges of the State Bar Court. That's why they're all attorneys are officers of the court. Glad you guys understand that. So you will file one with the State Bar Court, usually the Supreme Court. That's your judicial complaint, which is what you have to file. And because, again, notice this, involving judges. So once you file that there, hold on, we're going to get back to this in a second because we got to get it moving, y'all. How to file a complaint against, Federal. I don't even know why. Federal. The current and former federal employees, including probationary employees and applicants for federal employment, can file a written complaint with the United States Office of Special Counsel. See, former employees, not you. So you don't get to file a complaint with the U.S. Office of Special Counsel. Complaint forms are available at officeofspecialcounsel.gov. That's not where you file. This, and they tell you on the website, only those individuals can file there. No. What you are going to do is you are going to dial, not this one, that's USPS. I don't want USPS. I want the, not EEOC. Oh, come on. Justice.gov. Submit a complaint. That's it. That's the one right there. There it is right there. Submit a complaint. That's justice.gov. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to file a complaint with the Department of Justice. Now, as I stated before, if your complaint, I need you all to pay attention. If your complaint is against an attorney, if your complaint is against a judge, they're all officers of the court. It's a violation of your due process rights for the attorneys to investigate themselves. That's going to be your comment. Okay? So you're going to ask, not demand, for them to consider possibly an special investigator, because, again, I don't know what FLRA Registration Act, but I forgot what it's, labor, sorry, Labor Relation Authority. I thought that was the, no, I'm sorry, there is another one that deals with attorneys, their registration, how they have to be registered. Don't be bringing up that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Only bring up your Bill of Rights. Those are the only rights that are secure. None of the other rights are secure. They're all privileges. You don't want to be bringing up privileges. You don't want to be bringing up benefits. You want to be bringing up secured due process rights. So, Amendment 1, Amendment 4, Amendment 5, Amendment 6, Amendment 8, and Amendment number 9. Those are your secured rights. Why? 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 Because those rights are based on your common law rights, and they cover everything. You just have to read it and see how it covers it. And then you go back to that Title 18. Y'all remember the Title 18 with the FBI? You go back to Title 18, Section 241, 242, 247. Okay, hold on. Here's another one. How to file a complaint against a police officer. Well, first you have to contact their internal affairs. Now, hey, wait a minute. You know their internal affairs ain't going to investigate their own? You know they're not going to follow the law? You know they're not going to follow the law. So how do you get their attention? Well, when the investigators don't follow the law, then you bring up conspiracy. And you put them in a complaint to the Department of Justice. Don't file all the complaints at the same time. No. File one right behind the other. And if they deny you on one, appeal it. Okay? And document the fact that it is believed that they might retaliate for you bringing this information to the attention of someone. Okay? Alright. Now, got one more. How to file a complaint with the federal government. Again, complaints against the government. USA.gov. This is, let's go this way. It's going to be General Form GSA 95. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't drive 95 on 95. That's illegal. But you're going to use the GSA Form 95. SF 95. General Servicing 95. To bring a legal action against a federal agency, you must first contact the agency directly. The agency will provide you with information and forms and try to settle the problem in-house. If you decide to move forward with a lawsuit tort claim, use the standard Form 95 to claim for damages, injury, or death. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to use this form, pay attention, to go to court. You can use this claim form, literally, to go to arbitration. You can use this claim form to go to arbitration. You file it with the agency, because this form can be filed with the agency. It has an OMB number associated with it. Okay, this is the first site that I found that says they'll try to handle the problem in-house. No, the reason why I don't want them to handle it in-house is because they cannot be objective. That's what I say, but the Administrative Procedures Act is where this form is brought under, is the reason why. See, comment and complain about a policy change. No, I don't want to comment in suing the federal government. I don't want to sue the federal government. I want to bring forth my complaint. Don't want to sue them. Well, technically it is a lawsuit because you're expecting to get some compensation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's true. GSA Claims Form 95. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a simple form. It's a PDF. Just go download it. Okay? You can find it at us.gov or you can find it on the GSA website. But the form is all over the place. GSA Form 95. Okay? Like here it is right here. Virginia.gov. FF 95. This is... No, is that Virginia? That look like Virginia. I don't know the abbreviation for Virginia. But I think that's Virginia. So we gonna download the file anyway, y'all. Cause I need a copy. Oh, I need several copies, but I'm gonna take one and just write what I need on one and write what I need on the other, write what I need on the other, and duplicate all the addresses. That way I don't have to keep doing it. Whew. Cause y'all see how tired I am already. And ladies and gentlemen, the Penny Mac has a hearing this week. Now, this is Compendium of Statutes and Court Rules relating to appearances of parties, lawyers, and witnesses in court proceedings, prepared by the Self-Represented Litigation Network, Project Consultant. And it says March 17, 2017. Now let's do a little search. We're just going to put M-I-L-E-S. Miles. Telephonic testimony. A witness may participate telephonically if the witness would be required to travel more than 50 miles to the court, or lives in a place for which people customarily travel by air to the court. A witness who is not entitled to participate telephonically under subparagraph 1 may participate telephonically with the approval of the court. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're over 80 miles from a federal court, you do not have to show up in person. You can participate over the telephone, and you don't have to pay for it. See, preliminary examination in felony cases. Felony cases. Okay? Now, all I know, telephonic participation may conduct any hearing with the telephonic participation by one or more parties, counsels, witnesses, foster parents, or out-of-home care providers, or the judge. Okay, I've had several hearings. You guys have seen the videos where I'm recording myself being on telephone. Well, how do you do that? You learn what the rules are. Okay, this is family court right there. This right here, family court. But let me make sure y'all understand. Self-represented litigators. Okay, please understand something. It doesn't matter. Oh, and I heard something about firearms. I sure did see firearms. I don't know why somebody's arm would be on fire, but I saw their arms are on fire. And I saw it. Judicial District Court, Santa Barbara County. Oh, this is California. I ain't never seen this before, y'all. Court limitations, calling responsibilities. Okay, but I did see firearms. Oh, Connecticut. Oh, this is all the states. I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know. I promise you. It says Connecticut, California, and telephonic appearances. You see that right there? And that's California. But I just saw Connecticut. I don't know why Connecticut and California would be next to each other. Wait, hold on. What state was that? That was a misstate? Oh, okay. That was a mistake, y'all. Because I missed it. Okay, let's go down. Let's see if we can... San Francisco County. I'm moving too fast. Connecticut. See, I saw Connecticut again. Y'all saw it too? I saw it. Delaware. Ooh, somebody. Ooh, District of Columbia. Who wants to be colluding with Columbia? All right. You all right? You ain't gotta ask again. All right, I'll do it. So they were asking if I download it. It's 261 pages. God, 261 pages, y'all. That's a lot of pages. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just so that you know, that file will be up on the site. I can't promise tonight, but it will be up on before Tuesday. So you guys will have to, because I just redid the computer, so I have to log in, and so that's going to take when I have the time. Putting this video together has been a strain on me. Why? Because like I said, it took the better part of 2 days to finally get it up. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and get that out of your head. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, so that you guys can know, is the piece that you all have been missing is that none of you have been following the proper complaints. None of you have been bringing up constitutional rights. Okay? This is not trial and error. This is covering your bases. So now you're going to have to document. Trust me. You're going to have to document what's going on. Now you can go after your tax credits. Because you've documented, you filed the complaints, you filed your claim. You pay attention. I don't care if the arbitration has already been had. They're getting ready to change the arbitration laws. I want you to go for your credits. I want you to go for your, pay attention, your write-offs. I want you to go for your charge-offs. I want you to go for your filing, your 1099-Cs. And we'll be finishing telling you guys about that stuff. But for right now, those of you who are complaining about how the system is really coming after you and how they're doing this and how they're doing that, this is how you put a stop to it. File your complaint against each one of the individuals. File a complaint about conspiracy. But if you're going to bring up conspiracy, it is believed that if given an opportunity, I can prove that they conspired. And you bring up all 5 elements of conspiracy, all 4 elements of fraud. When you bring up fraud and conspiracy, there are 9 elements. 2 of them, at least 3 of them, overlap. But this is what I'm suggesting. I'm not telling you what to do because I would never tell any of you what to do. Hey, put that down! I'm sorry. But as I mentioned, hopefully this information will be a benefit to you. Now, give me one more second. There is something else. We talked about this form. I'm going to have to pause you guys to make sure I told you everything. Okay, we're going to do it better this way. This way I can explain. I talked about the release dismissal agreement video. I would strongly suggest anybody who has an incarceration contract, go back and look at the release dismissal agreement. Look at the documents that are going to be up on the site by Tuesday. The same as these documents, they'll all be up on the site. And I think I'm going to put them underneath the same folder. So just look for the folder release dismissal. I believe I will title it release dismissal. Okay? If not, I'll do a video explaining which folder it's under. But that's where you're going to find everything. Ladies and gentlemen, while doing that, I went ahead, let me move this up so I can scroll through. Make sure I cover everything. Because most of the conversation happening here is conversation we already had. Oh, thank you. I did not cover this. Ladies and gentlemen, every organization has a risk management department. Risk management is insurance. See? Risk management agency, the Federal Crop Insurance Corporation. Risk management is insurance. That's who you also have to file a claim with. But you start by filing a claim with the Department of Justice and the agencies in your state. Okay? Make sure you don't forget. Risk management definition. Went over that in that video. That video you will never see unless you see it right now because, like I said, the audio was horrible. So it did not come out correctly. Alright. Let's see. Next one. Next! Trying to make sure I cover everything. So y'all have to excuse me. The General Service Administration, GSA, they have an accident form, SF91. They have an accident report form, which many of you won't need. But the SF95 is the same form that we were just looking at. It's an accident report form. Now wait a minute, I thought this was an accident report form. How is this an accident report form and that's an accident report form? So I'm suggesting that you download both of them. They might both apply. I don't know. You'll have to judge that for yourself. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to hold on for a split second. Sorry. Oh, by the way, I do answer my phone. I didn't know who it was because that phone is in a wallet. That phone is my wallet. So it's a wallet case for a phone. Don't want that. That's not necessary. Public drivers don't care about drivers. This is where we downloaded the format. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gsa.gov forms-libraries, well, /forms-library /claims-damage-injury-or-death. Okay, injury or death. Damage, injury, or death. That's how we got that form. Okay, now, let's get to the loo, my darling. And here's the form. This is the same form. I would actually fill this form out once. I would send this form in with my complaint on the state level. I would send this form in with my state on the federal level. I would fill the form out once, dated and everything. Once. And I would put in the damages, and I would do an affidavit and attach that affidavit with a notarized statement. That's what I would do. Okay? That's what I'm working on all week, besides finishing up the contracts. And then we got to create the website page for this. And there's a couple of things that has to be done this week that I'm working on. So this is going to be a more hectic week for me than last week, because we have a lot of things to get done by Friday, because the new SAP pack should be up and at 'em by Friday. That is the hope. Sorry, things can go wrong, but barring it being a weekend like today where I wasn't able to get anything done, this whole weekend I barely got anything done. I'm glad I got the awning done, but I was supposed to be doing a whole lot more and could not get anything done. But hey, got this video done finally. Okay, this is a general form. They give this out all the time for filing a claim. File your claim, ladies and gentlemen. File your claim. And I am looking. Federal Tort Claims Act. We went over this information about the Federal Tort Claims Act and how it applies. That's why I'm taking you over to the Attorney General, not the Attorney General, but the Attorney General, the FBI's website, where they talk about Title 18, Section 241, 242, 247. That's your violation for the Federal Tort Claims Act, because this falls under the Federal Tort Claims Act. This form, this whole process of filing a claim against government officials, which has been since the 1800s, not the 1900s. This comes from the 1983 Act. Okay? The FTCA in lieu of a certificate of insurance. Federal Tort Claims Act. Hold on now. Nope. Okay. Federal Tort Claims Act 2. I believe I downloaded this, and I believe it will be included. This is where private individuals under like circumstances to your advantage. Okay? Using the private individuals under like circumstances to your advantage. We're going to have that so that you guys can have a better understanding of the process of filing your complaint. Sorry, I would have forgot to mention all of this. So that's me saving it. So it is saved. I will include it in the file. Okay. I had somebody say, you did a video and you said you were going to include something. I'm like, it is there. I know for a fact it's there, because I put it there. You know, don't call me and tell me you can't find it. Don't email me and text me you can't find something. Get off your... I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't find it on our website, I've already shown you where I'm getting it from. So pause the video, look at it, and then find it yourself. I can't do everything for you.
Oh, yes, you can, mother.
Okay. Anyway, Federal Tort Claims Act, don't care. I mean, you guys can do your research on the Federal Tort Claims Act and the case law. Wait, who's this about who? About who? The people in the organization? OPM.gov? Well, ladies and gentlemen, OPM.gov wasn't the site we were going to. Okay, this site specifically says the complaints must be for specific reasons regarding, this is the Office of General Counsel. Okay, this is the one where I told you they will only deal with their people. The people who are government agents, former government agents, or individuals who are applying to the government. They will not deal with you, so don't even attempt it. Okay, there's no reason for you to ignore their policies and think you're going to do whatever you want, because it ain't going to work like that. Okay? Let's see. I was trying to get through this, y'all. I just want to make sure, because I've already gone over two things. This is the Office of the General Counsel. This is where you're going to send your stuff. Okay? There you go. That's where you're going to send your complaint. Come on now. That's where you're going to send your complaint, to the Attorney General's office. But understand, this ain't the Attorney General's office. This is the Office of General Counsel for this particular organization. So you're going to send yours to the Attorney General's office. It's in Washington too, but it ain't that Washington. Alright? Alright. Show enough, Shogun. Alright, come on now. Hurry on up. Television screen. Okay, still covering information on the Federal Tort Claims Act. We're going to skip past Federation of American Scientists, they had an interesting document, and I downloaded that document for you guys because that document should come in handy. You would think that it doesn't apply, but this document was interesting. This explains a whole lot. So I downloaded that document. Okay? So y'all get to have that document, case law, everything. Everything! Man! Okay. Good Lord! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, an employee acting negligently or wrongfully is in violation of Title 18. So yes, in order to state a valid claim, again, you must state a valid claim. The claimant must demonstrate that, one, he was injured or his property was damaged. So go over, in order to file a claim, look, this is the Federal Tort Claims Act. This is why I showed this to everyone. This is why I picked the elements of a claim under the Federal Tort Claims Act. See? It's supposed to be, then I was looking for statute at large, but you want the elements. There are technically 6. You want to list all of the elements in your complaint. You have to list them. If you fail to list them, your complaint will be denied as insufficient. Okay? So list all of the claims. And here's the stat. There it is right there. 60, stat 812. Downloaded the stat for y'all. The whole stat. Watch. Show y'all. Man, I did forget about all of this. Ooh, doggy. I promise y'all, I did forget that I went ahead and downloaded the statute at large. See? 60 at page 812. That's what it means. I downloaded that one and I downloaded another one. I think it was 60 and 8. Well, 812, 813 through 817 or something like that is all there. So that will be up on the site momentarily. This is for those who are serious about filing a complaint. Want to give you your ammunition. Okay, remember I told you, you don't have to go looking far. The information is right there. You just need to know what you're looking for. Now I explained how the Act of February 14th, 1931 is codified under 5 U.S.C. 73A. Impossible, because 5 U.S.C., pay attention everybody, I need y'all to understand something. 5 U.S.C. is the, what is that? Administrative Procedures Act. Well, the Administrative Procedures Act wasn't enacted until the 1940s, so how is something in 1931 going to be part of the Administrative Procedures Act? Ain't that interesting? That's the first point. So that means that it's misapplied. They codified it under the wrong title because the Congress could not have meant that title to be there. That statute to be there. So somebody lying. Don't let nobody just walk up to you and start lying. Tell them you done had a king, but it ain't them. Tell them you have rugs, but they doing a whole lot worse than the rugs. More dirt underneath them than a rug could ever have. Rugs lie on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Should start your own sofa company. Lying that much. Okay. Shouldn't you have said mattress? Nah, because mattress was too easy. I was thinking lounging chair. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to that lady? Wasn't she the one with Lazy Boy? The heiress? And she disappeared? I ain't never heard of what happened to her. You know somebody killed the woman because she wasn't doing what they wanted to do. Because that's how they do, them heiress and them people who think they got money and think they done made it. Looks like we made it! Okay, they ain't making it nowhere. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing this video to a close. And I did promise y'alls, I said, hey y'alls, when we bring this video to a close, what we gonna do is we gonna bring in my girl. And she was going to take us out of here. Tracy Chapman. And if y'all don't know Tracy, then there's something wrong with you. Okay? Because she was driving in a car.
You get a fast car.
Okay?
I want to take her to anywhere.
To anywhere, she says. She'll take a ticket to
together
anywhere.
we can get somewhere. Starting from zero, got nothing to do. Baby, we'll make something.
Okay. I'll take a slow car. But she wants a fast car, y'all. I guess she's got to get away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was all that video
You got a
talked
fast
about.
car.
So
I got a plan
wait a
to get
minute,
us out of
hold on.
here, but
Maybe
we're
that
never
isn't what it talked
gonna
about. Maybe it is just
managed to
stuff
save
there.
just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Cross the border
Ladies and
and into
gentlemen,
the city. You and
Tracy.
I can both get jobs. Find
Tracy.
what it means to be living.
Come on now. You're too loud, young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We're going to go back to that section so you guys can see that title again. Hold on.
My old man's got a problem.
We're going to put this document up there too. Gotta wait for it to catch up, so I apologize. See, absent a new court or new Congress, large businesses will continue to require arbitration. Told you, they can't get rid of arbitration, but what they want to try to get rid of is mandatory arbitrations. Yeah, buddy. Rethinking judicial review of arbitration. Want you to read that, want you to read the case law. It's only 43 pages, but you don't have to read every page. Go over the subject, put in the key phrase that you're looking for, focus on that information, focus on the case law. That's what that document was there for. Okay? Okay. Arbitration is everywhere. Sure is. Right over there. Oh God, it's right there too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's not called the Federal Arbitration Act. It's called the United States Arbitration Act. It is not called the Federal Arbitration Act. The statute says the United States Arbitration Act. If you don't believe me, take a look at this document because they cover it. I've already told you all that. We're reading the wrong junk. And this is how you prove the courts. The CRIS system. The court has a CRIS system. They operate under the CRIS system. They do not have any immunity because they practice commerce. Okay, all you got to do is go to their CRIS registry, part of their website. Just type in federal courts and CRIS. See? Court Registry Investment System. CRIS. All right, that's what you got to do. That's how you prove the courts are engaged in commerce. They have no immunity. They have no immunity. They have no immunity. Police officers engage in, pay attention, revenue, finances. They buy and sell automobiles. They buy and sell people's property. They engage in commerce. They have no immunity, people. Anytime they willfully engage in commerce, they lose any and all claims to immunity. Immunity! Immunity. And this is just me at the end just talking to y'all. Okay, so that's the video. See how I finally got the video done? Ladies and gentlemen, go and document your claim. Go and file your claim. Do not file your claim. Hey guys, I gotta go. Y'all gotta go. I hope this information is beneficial. Start filing your claims on the county level, the city level, the state level, federal level. At every level, file your claim. Don't ask them if they have a claim form. Say, hey look, I got a claim of such and such. I need to put it in writing? Well, thank you. Okay, what address? Okay, I will send it. Could I fax it or email it to someone? Oh, really? Okay, thank you. You already fill out everything, ladies and gentlemen. Already have your affidavit already done. Take 3 copies to the arbitrator. Get it done, people. Get it done, get it done, get it done. Take 3 copies to the, not arbitrator, but the notary. Get the notary to stamp all 3 of your copies. Get her to stamp that a copy is a copy of a copy. Then send your copy to the idiot and say, hey, I need this copy back. Please make a copy at your expense and return my original to me. That's how you do that, y'all. Send them a self-addressed stamp envelope. That I know you don't want to. Send them a self-addressed stamped envelope. Because if they don't return your mail, that means they've stolen your property and it's another violation of law. Pay attention! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. Tracy Chapman was our last singer. Gotta go. Wrong button.